makeup free. Hi everyone, Miranda here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I have two reviews to give on two fantastic books that you should all be reading, okay? Moon Chosen, this is by PC Cass, and I was lucky enough to receive this by the lovely Pam Macmillan. Thank you so much for sending me lovely books. Thank you so much for getting me to be a part of this tour for this book, and today I'm very excited to talk about this book, get my review down on it, and just speak to you truthfully about my feelings towards this blue beautiful cover book. First off, I'll start by saying this was an advanced copy, and it was really funny because people actually thought that this was the actual cover for the book when I was first reading it in public and all that stuff, and they're like, oh my god, this is such an awesome cover. So first off, I'd love to say to the publishing house, really good advanced reader's copy cover, because a lot of people actually questioned if it was actually the real cover, and they're like upset when it wasn't. The real cover for this actually has like a face of like a dog on it. I was very amazed by the world in this book. It was very different and unique to what I have read, and it is a daunting read to get into. It's like around 500 pages long, but it does go quickly if you really get into it. Imagine our world years after the sun has destroyed it. Technology is no longer, and people are living in tribes. That's basically the whole spiel of the atmosphere and the setting of this book. That was what I had to wrap my head around going into it, because you could almost think that it's almost like a fantasy world as well. People have divided up into these tribes. You have the Earthwalkers, and you also have the tribe of the tree. Earthwalkers are very weird creatures, of humans. I don't know necessarily what to call them. The main character, Mary, is an Earthwalker. Now, Mary isn't just a typical Earthwalker. She is a taboo, because she is a half-breed between an Earthwalker and a companion. So she has both sun and moon in her. In the Earthwalker clan, she is disguised by her mother. All Earthwalkers have like dark features, they can touch the sun and all that stuff. See, Mary's very different. Young age, because her mum's like the moon woman of the clan. She's the leader of the clan. Mary was disguised. She's always had to dye her hair because it's blonde, her eyebrows, her features. She can't go out into the sun because if the sun touches her, she erupts into light. And it's really interesting because the whole book, she has to keep her identity a secret, and she can't really be herself. And her mum and her have like developed this clay to cover her body and everything, so that if she does go out in the sun, it doesn't react to her. Her dad was from the other tribe of the trees. So one day, Mary is living her normal life, and it's really interesting because these humans live in like burrows under the ground. It's so cool. And one day there's this dog on her doorstep, and it's injured, and she helps heal it because she is a descendant of her mum, which is like a moon woman, which is like a healer for the clan. Heals the dog, and then the dog becomes her companion. So then she, realizes more about herself, and why can I harness the dog when everyone's scared of the dog from the other clan, and blah 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 blah. I find it really hard to explain this book. I've tried a lot of times, writing down just how I would talk about it, but it's so for me it was just such a whole new concept. So I'll read you a bit of the blurb, and then I'm going to tell you a bit of my thoughts on it. Mary is an Earthwalker, heir to the unique healing powers of her clan, but she has to cast her duties aside until she is chosen by a special animal ally, altering her destiny forever. When a deadly attack tears her world apart, Mary reveals the strength of her powers and the forbidden secret of her dual nature as she embarks on a mission to save her people. It's not until Nick, the son of the leader from a rival dominating clan, strays across her path that Mary experiences something she has never felt before. Now darkness is coming, and with a force more terrible and destructive than the world has ever seen, leaving Mary to cast the shadows from the earth. By forming an alliance with Nick, she must make herself ready to save her people, ready to save herself and Nick, ready to embrace her true destiny, and liberate the forces that threaten to destroy them all. I like to talk about Mary. She was such an inspiring character. She grew a lot. At the very end, I'm not going to go into detail about what happened because it'd be like a major spoiler, but something happens in the clan or the tribe, or whatever you want to call it. She's faced with this life-changing decision. She's like, oh shit, what am I going to do with my life? And that's when finally the walls come down and she can finally be herself, and it was very interesting. I love Nick. He's a very different character. The more I read about him, the more I kind of got to love him more. And it wasn't until probably the middle of the book, because this book, it's really cool. It's divided into different points of view, so you get about 3 different characters. What I really loved about it as well, they brought in dogs, and the dogs bond with a human, and that's what I tried Tribe of Trees focuses on their relationship with their dog. I'm thinking the author was a dog person for some weird reason. It really is a story about a journey, self-discovery. Also, we do have another like side character called Sora. She's quite cool. She's supposed to be the next moon woman before the disaster happens. Like, I was thinking about all the things I was saying in this review, and I don't know quite how to talk about it. Like, it's very different, and I know I should be able to know how to talk about it, but I can't. It's really weird. Overall, I would rate this book probably an 8 out of 10. The things that I didn't really like about it, and it's not that I really hated it, but I just didn't like the length. The length felt like it dragged a lot, and I was like halfway through reading and I'm like, oh, I'm loving the book, but I just have so much to go, and the writing's so tiny and I have to wear my glasses, and yeah, it was that. There was this other character that I'm not going to get into detail who he is yet, but when we got his point of view, I found it kind of boring, and I don't know why I wasn't getting into it. So I felt more like I really wanted more of Mary as the main character, and what really let me down was the ending and the answers I really wanted to know, because then now I have to wait till the next book. Whisper to Me, this is by Nick Lake, and I'd love to thank the lovely Bloomsbury for sending this to me quite a while ago. I have talked about it in a couple of my other videos, like my monthly wraps. So now I'm going to actually review it. This whole book is 500 or so pages of a love letter. Cass broke a boy's heart. So this book is basically her whole love letter, an apology of what happened and how she just came to break that boy's heart, if you get what I mean. It focuses a lot and deals with friendship, mental illnesses, love and death. And the whole entire time it captivated me because I felt so sorry for Cass, because one of the things she has to deal with is mental illness, and that comes through with the book. I'm not going to go into too much detail. She has like this voice in her head and it tells her what to do, and it was just so disturbing, but at the same time really intriguing how she like took that voice in her head and it just made her do all these things that she wouldn't really do. I felt like I really could sympathize with this character, and I just wanted to tell her the whole time to stop blaming herself for everything. I love some of the mysteries behind this book, but the one thing that lacked it, and why I'm going to actually rate it an 8 out of 10 as well, is because I didn't feel an emotional connection with the relationship that Cass had with this guy. I didn't like it being too long, and I felt like at some parts it was straying and starting to bore me because I felt like I knew what was coming next. Apart from that though, I really do love this book, so I'll read you the blurb of it. Consider this the most screwed up love letter. Here are some things I need to say. 1, I hear voices, well, just only the one voice. 2, I miss you. 3, I wish I could take back what I did to you. And 4, forgive me. I should have left Oakwood the day I made that terrible discovery on the beach. The day the voice in my head first said those awful things to me, before everything spun out of control, but then I wouldn't have met you. Thank you to both the publishing houses for sending me these lovely books, and more lovely books that I've just actually received. You guys are both awesome, and I love talking about your books in different videos. I'm Miranda, make sure you do pick up these two. Thank you so much for watching. See you.